The message seems to be the lack of a message on behalf of Democrats. Howie Kurt's headline, FoxNews.com, Democrats struggling for pocketbook message as roaring economy helps Trump. How are you going to counter that?
Well, you know, if we had a song, we would break it because we have 21 candidates. But I think the message is going to be very clear and concise as this campaign moves along. We want an economy that works for everyone. We want to make sure that there's shared prosperity, not just at the top, but in the middle and also at the bottom. So I think Democrats will have a strong message and something that will resonate with those Americans who are still struggling to make ends meet. I'm not afraid right now that we don't have a hit record.
All right. Veteran Democratic pollster Celinda Lake. Do you know her?
Very well. She's a great friend of mine.
Right. Well, she was quoted as saying, "We will tend to talk about things like paid leave and equal pay that don't add up to an economic message robust enough to win the presidency." End quote. What do you think of that?
I think she's right. We cannot just talk in the abstract. People want to know how this will benefit them, how it will make their lives better, how it will put food on their table, how it will reduce the cost of prescription medication that they're on. So I get what Celinda is saying. Look, I was just at the gas pump on my way here to Fox News, and I'm astounded about the amount of money that we're paying for gas as we get into the summer season. But at the end of the day, the American people want an economy that works for everyone, and as long as Democrats can talk about that, we have a lane in which we can grow support and take on President Trump.
Has President Trump been good for the U.S. economy?
Look, I thought President Obama was, because, look, he was able to help get the economy back on its feet. And now that we're standing up and the stock market is soaring, but remember, many Americans don't have any stocks. They don't have a pension fund that is based on their average in the market. We want an economy that works for everyone, and I think that's what the Democrats' message will be. And by the way, I'm very excited to see that the president will be meeting with Leader Pelosi and Leader Schumer and others, because infrastructure, rebuilding our infrastructure, investing in our hometown America, that's what the Democrats are working for.
And on that point, you think about the Barr stuff and the Mueller stuff, and both sides sitting down today. Do you think there's the will and desire on behalf of everyone to get that done?
Bill, I believe that if I had my one meeting with President Trump, it would be to focus on what will make our economy stronger. How do we prepare our children for a 21st century economy, a global marketplace where they have to compete not just with children and kids from other towns and cities, but other nations? And I think this is a very important time to discuss this.
How do you think Joe Biden is doing so far as he's rolled out the first days of his campaign?
You know, I was worried in the beginning because of all of the stuff that came at him. And, when you're trying to, get back into the race and get back into the game, although Joe Biden is someone who knows how to walk and chew gum, and he's a great fighter. But, the interview yesterday, the appearance yesterday in Pittsburgh, the interview this morning, the new video, I think Joe Biden got his stride.
By stuff that came at him, obviously you're referencing back to allegations of inappropriate contact with him and women.
Retail politics, touching, whatever you want to call it.
What did you think of his handling of the Anita Hill question that he got there, saying that he believed her from the very beginning, but he said he took responsibility, he said, "I was chairman, she did not get a fair hearing, she did not get treated well"? We see so many men and others, when these allegations come out, they're like, "No, I didn't do it. The woman is a liar." He took responsibility. He finally owned it. And if you own it, people respect that. And I hope he can now move on, because there are a lot of issues. Joe Biden respects women.
It doesn't appear that everyone is willing to move on at this point. Sandra was just pulling the quote here. Here's the clip from ABC. Good Morning America.
Yes, thank you.
Here, number 3, guys.
I believed her from the very beginning, but I was chairman. She did not get a fair hearing. She did not get treated well. That's my responsibility. And I committed that I am determined to continue the fight to see to it that we basically change the culture in this country.
Can he shake these questions, or is it just going to continue to nibble at him, Donna?
You know, first of all, it takes a long time for wounds to heal. We all know that. These scars are real. I was a congressional staffer when my old boss, Eleanor Holmes, I shouldn't call her old, but my former boss, Eleanor Holmes Norton, marched across the tarmac. We wanted to make sure that Anita Hill had a fair and honest hearing. Compare that to Christine Blasey Ford and what happened to her last year. So, yes, I think he will be able to talk about the issues, his vision for America.
Ford's hearing was unfair?
Oh, my God, that was a travesty, the way she was treated from the moment she rose up and the way they treated her. But look, I do believe that this is a new era, a new time, and Joe Biden is at least understanding that you cannot just go back on your record and say, I'm a great leader without explaining some of the errors and mistakes you've made. We've all made mistakes. We all seek forgiveness, and I'm glad that Joe Biden has the grace to do so.
Here's the Hill. Biden's launch riles up Trump while Trump's team sees flaws in Biden. It considers his broad name recognition, ties to former President Obama, and appeal to white working class voters as potential advantages for him in a general election matchup. Right now, 20 Democratic 2020 contenders. Who is best to go up against President Trump, Donna?
All 20 of them. And by the way, we might get 21 because I believe Governor Steve Bullock. Hey, come on. We're going to break records this year. It's going to be record number of candidates, record number of voters going out to vote, record amount of money raised, and record appearances by Donna Brazile on Fox News. Hello?
Okay. You're going to have to come up with a better answer next time. Donna, thanks for coming back.
I'm going to work on it, Bill. Sandra, I'm going to work on it, okay? It's going to be a beautiful year. Get ready.
Thank you, Donna.
Donna, thank you.
Thank you.